Hello. I wanted a way to archive thoughts that I have, and I figured a good way to do that would be to record myself talking about these things, just so I could go back and look at them if I wanted to. The first train of thought I'm going to be talking about is I believe to see beauty is simply to look for it. And so, what that means is I don't believe that there is objective beauty in a piece of art, like in an artwork, in a painting. I don't think there's objective beauty in a sculpture, in a piece of music. I don't think there's even objective beauty in nature. And I'll tell you why. I believe that beauty is seen through your worldview, the lens in which you see the world, your worldview, right? I believe that is how you see beauty. Because beauty itself isn't really objective. I have the definition for it right here. A quality or combination of qualities that gives pleasure to the mind, right? And what we think of with beauty is like color or symmetry, the golden ratio, for example. And those are things that are naturally found. Those are like biologically kind of hardwired into our mind to think of as beautiful. And that's why I think nature is so beautiful. It's so widely appreciated. Is because like our core were made like in nature, right? Houses are man made, but nature is nature. We're made kind of to enjoy it. That's just how it is. Um, but I believe that we can change this worldview so that everything we see, no matter how much we disagree or dislike it, that we could see beauty in it. And biologically, this is, this is very good. A study was done that put a test group into a museum to look at art, and their stress hormone cortisol was decreased by 22%. They were much happier, so it activates the reward process in your mind. And their immune system was actually boosted, which is crazy. And so the first point I kind of want to touch on is ideas and thoughts. That is beauty in ideas and thoughts if you just know where to look. If someone has a different thought than you, an idea so opposed to you that you just can't wrap your head around it, I think that is very, very beneficial. I think it's beautiful, to be honest. They're sharing something, they're sharing with you a piece of information that discloses how they make sense of the world. So this is a person that has had experiences so different to yours that the only way they can make sense of it is to have an idea contrary to yours. And honestly, that's an a golden opportunity to try to make sense of it. Your worldview is always changing, but it is always still biased. So the more ideas that you can get, the more you can change your worldview. The more ideas, the more creative you'll be, right? The more you'll be able to digest thoughts and different ideas. And the more understanding of your worldview you will be. It'll be easier for you to change your worldview if you try to understand other people's thoughts and ideas. And it sounds a little bit like circular logic. Like, to be able to change your worldview, to see more beauty, you have to try to find the beauty in other thoughts and opinions. Which, I don't know. This is just me rambling on. But this is what I see, right? This is what I personally experience when I try and find the strengths in someone else's argument. I'm able to strengthen my own. I put myself in their shoes. I understand their argument more. I understand their reasoning more. It makes more sense to me. And it's not that it's bad. You shouldn't be threatened by someone having a good argument or good reasoning. You should be, because, well, that shows that you're just scared of changing your worldview, which you really shouldn't. If your worldview is how you see the world, and you experience more of the world, and you choose not to see it, I think that's just on you. And then to go further than that, I think not only can you find beauty in ideas and thoughts, but to find beauty in objects too is also very, very important. Because touching a little bit about what I said in the beginning, I believe, is that we're naturally find nature beautiful, but we don't always live in nature. We build cities. We're human. We're very creative. And the things that we make, I think sometimes are viewed as ugly and very inferior to nature. I believe that they are inferior to nature, but I believe that there is beauty in the complexity of the things that we make. Like, for example, take one of the most boring things you could think of. For me, it's like concrete, like a sidewalk, right? But if you really think about it, on its own, concrete, the word itself is boring. But if you think about all the chemical processes that take place to make concrete, to make it tough and rigid, but it's able to expand so it doesn't crack during harsh weather. All the ways you can pour it, right? The way it dries, the way you have to level it out. The different mixes of concrete that there are. The different ways it's utilized. It's just so interesting. And the more that you think about these things in this light, the more that you try to find the beauty in them, the more interesting life will be. The more interesting topics will be in general. Even like hobbies, right? If you're into music, I'm into music. If you're into music and you are like studying frequencies, that's crazy. Like, you could practice all day long on the guitar. I play bass, so I'll practice on the bass all the time. But then I'll see a video about how different frequencies affect the brain, and how, like, if you speed up a frequency, it'll sound so much different. And that's so interesting. And that's just another layer of complexity added onto music. And it just makes it so much more beautiful. And if you really go and search that out, by just changing how you see the world, by changing how you think, you will be so much more creative. Your thoughts will have so much more to them. I think you'll be smarter. Like, if you think of a subject and you're very interested in it, I imagine you'd study it. You'll be smarter, maybe, I hope. But I just think that trying this out, right? Tweaking your thought process, tweaking your worldview to try to find the beauty in everything that you see, I think it's just generally a very, very beneficial piece of advice. And again, this is all just my thoughts, my rambling. This is what I see. And I'm not saying that I'm like some kind of savant, right? That my worldview is like superior, that I'm so good at adapting other people's points and ideas and thoughts. I'm so open. I'm really not. It's just that when I am able to see the beauty in these random things, in thoughts that I usually wouldn't agree with, which you don't have to agree with them, but I usually wouldn't be so inclined towards, right? It's very, very satisfying it makes you think a lot more deeper, and I think it kind of sets you on the right path. I also haven't really seen or heard anyone else talk about this. I don't really go out and seek media like this out to begin with. But from all of the conversations that I've had and stuff that I've listened to, this seems unique to me at least. So I wanted to share it. I really don't imagine that anyone watches this. But if anyone does, I would be very interested to hear if you either hold similar views or if you think if what I'm saying is just completely stupid. But I would be very interested to hear other views on this subject. Again, this really is just like for me to go back and just archive my thoughts, but who knows? Yeah, so that's all I've had on this topic. There'll probably be more coming. So, ciao.